I'm delighted to be here today. I want to thank my friends, family, and especially Armed Services Art Partnership for this opportunity. I struggled with my title because Bob was trying to say in a nice way. I have a lot of things to say, and I had to compact it all into one little 10-minute, basically, vignette. Oh, she's here. So oh, that's lucky. Sorry. I decided my title will be Hatfield and McCoy meets Dottie the Clown. I forgot to put my hat on. Hatfield and McCoy meets Dottie the Clown. I should have been born with a double silver spoon. I inherited a double-seated outhouse, mind you, and I'm out to take my lineage back one word at a time. Little Dorothy Ellen was born in the magnificent hills of southwestern Pennsylvania. It's one of the most economically depressed areas to this day in the beloved USA. I'll try to sign a little bit for my son as well. My sister Billy Sue reminded me of her riddle. My mommy had 6 kids, my daddy had 6 kids, and I'm the youngest of 7. My parents were in their 40s when they had me, so I bet you they were quite tired just before I was even born. My daddy would tease me, "Little Dorothy, you were born in a watermelon patch." I surely believed him. To this day, watermelon is my favorite fruit. Sad to say, my daddy was a raging alcoholic from World War II. He was in the furthest, most southern Pacific. He taught the men how to survive with swimming skills. He learned Morse code very well and didn't even get to go see his daddy at his funeral because of having that skill. And he was anti-aircraft. Why do I even have to shoot those people down? I don't even know who they are. He cried himself to sleep at night. He was very disturbed by it, and I can't imagine other people going through the similar. He was eventually diagnosed with severe anxiety neurosis. And by the way, him being a raging alcoholic, we bore the brunt of it in our family daily. All wasn't lost. I have some bittersweet memories of going to visit my extended family. Here come the Hatfield and McCoys. We get mocked. Well, as it turns out, Adam Hatfield landed in 1784 in Bullskin Township, acquired a lot of land, built a lot of businesses, including a sawmill, and he built roads. I think he was politically inclined. He had a son named George. He was quite the ladies' man. George got one sister pregnant, 10 years later got the other sister pregnant. Shotgun wedding ensued. "Who you gonna marry, boy?" He married Mariah, the firstborn. So my 4th generation grandmother was raised by her grandparents as if she was their own. My mom was born up over the mountains. Magnificent mountains. Anybody ever hear of Falling Water or Frank Lloyd Wright? That's my neck of the woods. My mommy was born up there. She was beautiful, and she was styling. She really was. She was the catch, I guess, the pick of the litter, they called her. They wanted her to be a mountain magistrate, and she turned it down and went over the mountain and became a factory worker at Anchor Hockey, and she really loved it. And she sure sacrificed a lot because she ended up having to quit after the second other child, I think, was born, which she wasn't supposed to have, according to the doctors, but I'm kind of glad that she had me. Dr. Alexander H. was her grandfather, my great-grandfather. He was the most not industrious. He was the most well-bred doctor up over the mountains. Horse and buggy kind, too. 6 people couldn't take his place, according to the Daily Courier, at his sudden death. At age 8, my daddy got hit at a party in Akron, Ohio. It was the quietest, most sober time in our whole family life because he had to learn to walk and talk all over again. He'd walk me up to a little Black Baptist church with his little cane, and boy, they treated us like... Even my mommy was the happiest I've ever seen her. That is until... I know I got a lot of stories to say. Let's just bring it back up to my tumultuous teenage years. Unfortunately, Daddy fell off the wagon. Moonshine, whiskey, and barroom brawls. He'd knock the men through the doors. I was subjected to having to jump over literally moonshine and kegs just to get back to my kitchen door. With the hillbilly mafia staggered all over the place. They were nothing but a band of criminally deviant brothers that should have never been invited on our property, let alone in our house. Mommy became very severely depressed. She had to run and hide from Daddy. His shenanigans, sadistic shenanigans, got worse. I remember one time he put a dead snake in the mailbox just to scare that crap out of her. That was horrible. I quit school in 9th grade just to survive life in the hills of Pennsylvania. I was very embarrassed, very ashamed, because I was really doing well in school, especially English. I couldn't handle it. It was too much for me to bear, my upbringing. I had some fun though in the country too, I could tell you another time. Without healthy role models, I ended up pregnant at age 17. My 2-pound, 13-ounce baby boy was rushed to Pittsburgh McGee Women's Hospital for 3.5 months of his life. The medical team prepared me for the worst. Deaf, blind, vegetable, even death. Well, at 5 pounds, my little boy got to come home to this petrified young mom who had not a clue how to raise that little boy. He was so very, very sick for over 2 years of his life. He was in the hospital more times than he wasn't. Local, Pittsburgh, you name it. I had to cup his chest to suck the mucus out of it. I saved his life, literally. He has a determination of steel, just like his mom. I thank the good Lord he pulled out of that. And at age 18 months, we learned sign language at 18 months when I found out he was profoundly deaf. It shocked even the medical world. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. I believe the good Lord gave him, my son, to me, that tiny little baby. He brought him into my life to teach me I can overcome any danged obstacle. And it makes me proud of who I am today. And I want to pay tribute to my family again. I'm so grateful for each and every one of them. And I have 3 other children, by the way, and I'm so proud of each and every one of them in spite of a lot of turmoil we had with the second set of my family. And I'm really very proud. And if you don't object, I'd like to ask my little group, if you decide that you want to donate to Armed Services Art Partnership to please earmark for ASL interpreters so the deaf can hear too. I had to do sign language for my daddy's funeral, and I guess I can do it for my son Richard today. And thank you so much for your time. I'd like to just end, I forgot about this. This is one of my quotes that I've written. Just like trauma forms self-inflicted abusive power wounds, so forgiveness has no prejudice.
All right.